Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Software Inc. with Expert Technologies here. And we're kind of getting the swing of things of, we added all this stuff for the one manufacturing contract, and then we also added another floor with the cases or like simple ones, and it just seems like we are losing money essentially that we're still printing, but yet also using this in itself. And we'll just kind of look at hardware that is only using board and cases for that one. And then our other one is not being worked on at the moment. We'll kind of look at um, what we can do overall for. We'll kind of see um, what we can do. Because software, we can print 4 million copies. So if someone were to give us, a 4 million um, contract is what's happened here. The goal is 4,608,000 that needing by December, but we can do that literally in a month. Um, so that's the only like big deadline we have, which is, you know, um, kind of good. But we can also we added the little bit over like the max of what we can move or the printing capacity, and then I kind of base that off of how much boxes we can move with shipping, which is our carriers. So I kind of did it a little bit over than what should be making per month. That way, the boxes can keep rolling out the door as soon as couriers get in. I probably could add maybe like one or two more or even three and just like in a couple of shifts and add that little bit more of a buffer so we can move along. But we do not have anything for this line, so we will kind of do that. Kind of just depends on. So we can. Optimal is 360,000 per month on this big assembly line 0, which is our first one, and they are asking for 1,390,000 and getting $45 per copy, netting net profit of 45 cents. And then $4.50 for undelivered copies. We got 4 months to do that. Because we can't really do too many of them. So will we be able to? We have 5 months to do that. We should be able to do that mathematically. Maybe not with these bigger ones, but with the smaller one as 1 million. It should be like 2 months to give a little bit of buffer. So we'll accept that and we'll so it will still make 720. So we'll be able to do that then. And we'll just get it cranking out and kind of moving these boxes so we do make some money for this month. If we really need more couriers. I have 80 already. At like 10 o'clock, maybe hire 2 more. And then 12, hire 2 more. And then 14, 16, so we're just adding 2 more per shift at this point, so that should be good enough. Print job, yep, that'll get done. Piece of cake. So we're able to do 2 million per. That's already going to be done before they really need it anyway. So and I've added 2 more couriers per shift, so maybe we'll 12. And put more towards 12, and then maybe more towards, you know, midnight. Oh, so it just had to do its quick save, so it kind of stalled a little bit. So there's 8, 8, 10, 10, and there's 12, 10, 8, 4. Okay. So this should reject. I know we have a lot of stuff needs to be updated. That can be ported. And I know that can get updated. A lot of stuff could have been like ported and stuff, but we are going ham on all these boxes with, because these board cases are fine. It's this right here. Why don't I? It's cheaper just to hire people. So I think we should be good after I hire a few more. And 02. So there we go. As we'll kind of look at a schedule. We got 12, 11, 4, 10. So we should be good on carriers now. And then manufacturing, we're able to ship 5,000. So by adding that help, should, yeah, clear it out. So there we go. hosting, you betcha. We can do that. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got expert potentially in 2000. So we are making a few. I know I mentioned 5,000 is kind of the cut, but I know it's close. So we'll just add it because it's nice to gain a little bit of extra buffer room for money wise, because I am now at this point trying to save up to have our own offices in each second. So porting and updating will have its own building. Support will have their own building. And then all of the different categories will have a building and be able to build upon that, doing first, second, and third shift, or maybe even starting, brand new and going from the ground up and see how we go. But would have at least like maybe 5 people that have very intellect minds and skill sets of each area. So, and then do a printing building and stuff, but we have to save a whole lot of money right now because it is not cheap, and having battery backups and all that jazz will be kind of a best fit to make sure that we are saving power and using solar panels and all that jazz for when there is, at night where there is no light, that they just use the battery backups and saving electricity and stuff, and then it'll charge at the end of the time. We'll charge and keep everything running, and now it seems like we are steady within everything. So we will accept that. So this is using that. Okay, so it should be good. I think we're in good pace for that. And we'll be in good pace for this as well. So it's just adding these contracts. And I think at first we were losing out good money and stuff, but now I think we're catching up on it. Now that we're getting print jobs and everything else, and I guess whatever deal comes our way, to kind of accept it to gain that extra money. I am not going to accept that. I mean, I could accept that, so that way that keeps rolling as well. Because I think there is like only one case and board per month, essentially. And then, see, like, we're losing out on big money at the end. We've gained 5 million and 2 million. But I know updating and porting gets boggled down on all the active porting stuff, and yes. Expert Wavetune was best product, which is good. Wavetune 4. And most profitable was Suite 5. Nice. So we are not selling any of our IPs. Nice try. Print job. Yes, we can do your print job for you. I'll just be month's worth, but now we're back up to the 30 million. So Pendula Studios bought out. It's acquired by Warner Bros. Along with 10 original IPs. I don't have any stocks anywhere. But I can look. At companies and see if there is worthwise. We are towards the middle. We just passed Nokia just now. I don't need to look at their charts, but details. We'll kind of pause the game right now. And 17 million just to buy 51.8. And they get no dividends for the time being, so I wouldn't want to do that. They're getting no dividends. And they're getting dividends on private investors. So I'm going to want a piece of that for right now. 2.3. They're getting dividends. So I'm going to want to buy 2 million of that. And then do I want to do it from Electronic Arts and Color Good right there for right now. And then we will pull out our stocks right here and see how much it will grow, and then kind of sell them right away if anything really changes. So we'll just wait until the next day and kind of see if they're going to go down or if they're going to go up. Stuff up. So that's based off of that. And okay, this one went negative 0.1 and this has gone up, so that is fine. It's basically $1 million, 31,000 in interest. Stocks. Getting really into that. Accounting. They're doing that. So they're doing the best they can. Since I have a team designated for that. So operating system. So essentially, I don't have a second shift for these, but I know with doing that is going to be, I'm just going to sell that and gain that back. These two I'm gaining money off of, so that is the best part of that. So overall, we'll see what these will do for right now during this video, and if it's worth it to sell it, and then potentially the next video, more than likely, is going to be more on focusing on getting these getting my basically company into its own buildings and everything else. Kind of focus on that. Kind of whether it be blueprint ones or the one that I've kind of built before, and kind of use that as a example or as a template, so to speak. And what did we lose out? We lost only 500,000, which isn't too bad. It could be worse. So we are gaining money on AMD and stuff. So what we can do is details, buy more of their stock and share of it. And then look at AMD and private investors. Get more of that. That way I'm also getting more dividends off of it, so. That is the only downfall of that. So overall, they're growing, and kind of take a break, assess everything, and then we'll be right back. And we back. Sorry, my mic's a little far away from me, and we're back. I bought a little bit more shares since they are growing a little bit of money, and we do have 40,000 within our bond that is continuing to grow. Our stocks that I purchased more of, and then that's our overall money that we have. So loans, we don't have any. We don't have any subsidiaries, and plots we aren't owning right now. So that is that, and we will continue to keep the ball rolling, and hopefully we'll gain more money. We'll see what our hardware. So we have nothing in the hardware, which is good for right now. So we will take this on, and that perfectly has everything. So that will get going on that, and that has, so it doesn't have a case or a board, so there we go. We'll accept that as well. So we'll keep dishing out stuff. So that will be kind of our priority of making sure we are keeping the boxes flowing, as we are losing a little bit of money right now. But we will potentially grow it back. But we will look at our stocks and see they are growing. Reject and reject. So these two are growing a little bit by bit, and that's as much as I was willing to spend, because I'm not trying to go for the whole 50, or this is a little bit smaller, but 51% on AMD. Or it was the other, it was, I think, Intel that had 51%, but I was not gonna go for it, because then you have to add additional money to take over, and we just don't have that kind of money right now. I think this would be perfect, but we are hopefully okay. So we're gonna prioritize that for right now, and then this will have a jump start on it for right now, and then we will ease a little bit, and we will put a little bit more in the priority so that way it is still being made in the background. Because we don't want that penalty. That is a lot of money for a penalty. But we'll still hopefully make this on time, which we should. But yeah, it's a lot of money that is on the line for right now. And it's improving. And so is our stocks. So I should keep that down there to watch for when I sell. This is kind of going to be the helpful factor of, okay, that went to 3.5. The helpful factor of us getting those big plots right now. I just added a little bit more to it. That way it can grow, and then we sell them both, and we get basically 10 mil from our stocks with all the dividend shares and everything else. So we're just kind of letting that grow for right now. Marketing, accept. So we can do that. Okay, it grew substantially, so that is good. And deals, a little bit on the lower side, but it seems that companies are buying each other out slowly but surely, and that is a good / not good sign, because then we have less deals that we're working with for the time being. I think our stuff is kind of getting outdated for the time being, so hopefully it's a good thing that we have everything project management, so it does make the next stuff. There we go. We don't do these. Eventually, when we have our own plot, it's a potential that we do have a development contract team and everything else. So manufacturing, we just gotta have that full force for right now. Because we really can't waste to get this stuff not done. It's a thing. Let's get that stuff updated. See how we are with digital distribution. Still have most. It's the lowest at 11% right now, so that's good. Support retired. I should really start thinking about employee benefits, but overall, with all these employee benefits or whatnot, it really wouldn't suit well, so we could possibly get bankrupt from it, but that shouldn't be the employee's issue. It's my company issue, because I did buy out all the stocks from my other 3 kind of investors / partners, so this has gone up significantly. It changes 6.6% and 2.8. So we'll see if next month this goes down, because it was up to 3. If it does go down, then we will sell. So I wouldn't want to lose out on money. Oh, it's gone up. Okay. So that is good. We'll buy out more shares. Maybe from there. More shares on that. So hopefully it just continues to grow. That's all we're looking for. Because at this point, it's like overall, if we really wanted to become very efficient with the money that we have, we could eliminate the second and third shift teams, but we really can't, especially with all this porting and all this updates and stuff. We really gotta maximize on that overall, because we kind of need them. That's what's been striving our force of being substantial with sustaining the amount of money of going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's essentially when we get a new product, it goes up and then it goes back down, and then it goes up and then it goes back down. I'm just trying to strive for it. When it goes down, it goes higher than what it's supposed to be before, but we're kind of just plateauing, and I don't really like that we're plateauing at this point, because if we get those plots, then it's just basically it can be put us to hurt. Marketing, yes. This rejects, and it's essentially whatever crew can touch it. It's $4,000 bucks, so it should be fairly enough for them. Okay, so that went up to 10%. It's kind of a gamble here to slowly keep buying out their stuff. And we're getting 71,000, and they're getting 112. Private investors. I'll buy a little bit more. And here, I think these guys are plateauing as well. But we'll wait another day and see what happens. Yeah, because they're kind of plateauing. If it's going down again, I will just... We went from basically 10 million to 13 million, which isn't too bad. Print job. Yes. Okay. We gotta maximize that out. So we'll see how it goes from there. See if there's any for just board in case. Usually there's one. There we go. So they need 1 million, so we'll get a decent amount of money from that. I think we're going on the upwards right now, and this is going up, but this is going down, so we're gonna sell. We're at 34 million right now, so this is at 14, so that is good. They're slowly buying them out of their spot. And this is just additional income that we are getting overall. And looks of it, we have May, a new operating system. March of 2000 is a new 2D editor. Audio tool at 2002. February of 2000 is another um, oh, this is the wrong one. TriStudio is our 3D editor. So that's coming out in 2000. And then Antivirus, they kind of take a 2-month cooldown because they get pretty quick making them. So seems like they had a bit of a struggle from 91 to 92, but then fixed itself out, which is nice. DeskGen, which is our office software, that won't be out till 2002. It's projected, and then Soldier War of Franchise. So select all, kind of do 80%. And so that's been taking a little bit of time. That's at 18.2, so we're gonna keep it like that. Accept and reject. So we're getting these little deals that are quite good. Buy more shares. We're at 13.7 and they're at 13.1. So eventually we're gonna get more of the dividends. We've been growing, whether it be 200, 600, and 5 mil, which is nice. It's at 19.7, and so we're growing at a million right now. And we're in December. Hopefully. Kind of so hopefully it works, but I think we're kind of doomed on this one. A bummer. Oh. So it's needing like 7. Like 14. I wonder why it's needing so many printers. Yeah. Didn't really... accept it, even though it's yeah, we don't have that stuff. Yeah, so at this point there's no way. I mean, we possibly can, but it just needs more than what we have initially. Hosting, yes, for sure. Support, print job, yes. Support, design, and development, reject. So yeah, that is gonna get done in no time. It's at 28%, and I wasn't even looking. You're getting 285, or no, you're getting 236. Buy them out. Now we're so there we go. There, and it's still growing. So this is really like a gamble of keeping it going. And we're down 2 mil, so basically what we spent on stocks is kind of our loss on that one. But what I'm gonna do to make sure I have the money is essentially, yes, should I take the risk and keep buying out the stock, or like buy it out completely for 11 mil? It's not a wise decision, especially with our company right now. And if I were to sell it right now, I get 14 mil, which will make it 43 million, which will give me pretty much enough for the buildings and what I have to do, essentially. Maybe I'll need more, but it'll be a good start. I believe. But now I'm really thinking about it. Like, we're worth 44 mil. So if I sell, I have 44 mil. And really, I'm trying to expand but not expand. So I'm going to sell it. Worth 44 mil, but I got 43 mil. They bought my shares. And so in the next episode, it will be me buying or doing the plot of land, and then getting all my employees in rooms and stuff like that, whether it be combining first and second shift and making it most efficient that way, or continue the first, second, and third shift. So see you in the next one.